Hi, it's Maria Andros, and I'm here with Melanie Benson Strick from the CEOfactor.com. We're here in Washington, D.C. We're at Yannick Silver's Underground 5 event. Had a blast this weekend. We're just sitting here with our coffee right outside Starbucks, and we want to make this quick little video, just spur of the moment, and it's actually going to be quite intentional. We're going to actually help to distinguish how you can actually get the most value out of attending major events like this, because events like this, they're a high-cost ticket, but if you leverage them correctly, they can help you make a lot more money, form some really important relationships like we have, and we definitely want to share that with you today.
Yeah, we were talking about, like, especially last night, we were out at dinner, and we were surrounded by some pretty, highfalutin players. We were having dinner with Mike Filsame, and we've
Tim Irway, lots of names you would know. Everyone that's kind of a who's who in the industry has been here. We've had a chance to really hang out with some cool friends.
Well, and here's the interesting thing. There is no shortage of enthusiasm to come to an event like this, but the interesting thing that we realized was really separating the people who were getting into those high 6 and 7 figures and the people who they're still struggling has a lot to do with action. And we were talking a lot about how important it is to have a really clear plan and to be able to stay clear on where you're going, not just today, but 12 to 18 months out in the future. And one of the things I think is a real separator, and particularly if you look at successful business owners all over the planet, they know how important it is to take time away from the operations, away from the day-to-day, away from the grind, away from all the things that pull at you and distract you, and really kind of get into a place where you can take all this knowledge, put it together into a concise plan of action, a strategic plan, and figure out what do you need to be able to execute on this plan. What kind of team do I need? What kind of systems am I going to have to shift? What kind of automation and technology is going to be required to pull off this next step?
To get more traffic, to get more customers, to ultimately make you more money. And the biggest mistake people are doing is they're traveling from event to event, spending all this money and not actually implementing any things that they've learned. So we really want to break that pattern and help you to really have a shift in perception, per se, and to have you well prepared for the next event that you attend. So what would be a good suggestion?
Here's a suggestion.
Okay.
What I suggest is that you take yourself on sabbatical. Get away from everything for 2 to 3 days. Just check out. And if you
don't answer your emails, try to
get out of the office and just completely disconnect. I did this in December. I basically took myself out of the business for 2 to 3 days. I brought my team together and we went through step by step single thing we want to accomplish in the next 12 to 18 months and mapped out an entire strategy to make it happen. But Maria, here's the kicker. Most people won't do that.
No.
And if you don't have a team, that's okay. But you also aren't always clear about where you're going.
And if you don't, we learn this. If you're not clear about where you're going, how do you expect to you're not going to get the results you want if you don't know where you're going.
Exactly.
So
not being clear is one of the issues that a lot of people have, and you start taking all these ideas and you're trying to meld them all together, but they don't fit because you're trying to take other people's great ideas and make them yours. And we were talking a little bit about an event I have coming up called the CEO Factor Retreat, and this is what I help facilitate for people. And the reason why I do it this way is because I could spend 6 to 12 months with somebody helping them figure this stuff out, or I could get you in a room for 3 solid days, get you really focused, get you really clear, and help you build a strategic plan that's completely in alignment with your lifestyle goals, help you design the team and the infrastructure and the business model that's actually going to be proven to get you those results and shortcut that path.
Yeah, because it's a shortcut. So what are, like, for example, your seminar is a little bit different. It's designed differently intentionally. So what's an exercise that you'll be doing? Like, give us a little sneak peek. Give me
You want to pull the curtains back and give
absolutely.
Away a little bit of the goodies.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Well, there's one exercise in particular that I absolutely love, and I used to do it in some events I taught before. And what I do is I take a leader and I get them into a space where they go back to a basic piece of what's important to them. And it's really interesting to find out when you are super crystal clear about what's important to you, what better, more cost-effective, more revenue-producing decisions you'll make today and over the next 18 months when you are crystal clear about your values and priorities. And what happens is we get so busy building this empire, we start to forget and we lose track of what's really important. And the next thing you know, you've got a business you don't love anymore.
So it's like a hot seat? Is it like a hot seat?
Yeah, we do some pretty cool stuff with hot seats. We do a lot of masterminding type stuff, so we get people working with their peers and really leveraging, the power of all these amazing brains that are in a room together. And then we give people some time to really just work individually to get that strategic plan out of their head into a form that they can take back to their team or their new team, depending on where they're at, and implement it and just rock it.
Exactly. So, and I'm sure that you've had, I know that you've helped some pretty successful people in the industry grow their businesses. So, did that come out of the workshop and the seminar, and you saw some results there? Or?
Well, here's the interesting part is most of the people up to now have paid me a lot of money. They've paid me, $15 to $20, maybe $25,000 to work with them over 6 to 12 months. And again, I love working with people that way, but I can only work with 2 or 3 people at a time.
Right.
And
just like I
it's slow
can.
going, so it's 6 to 12 months.
Yes.
And if I know I can get the same results for them in 3 days, and they can spend, somewhere between $27.50 to $32.50, depending on what registration price they get in at, and they're going to be able to leap forward much quicker, I feel like it's a disservice not to do that and leverage my time and leverage their time and make it happen so much faster.
Well, I'm a shortcut kind of girl. I don't like to mess around. I'm sure that everyone watching this is the same.
Yep.
So that's awesome. So where can we learn more about the event coming up?
The event coming up is April 3rd through the 5th in Laguna Beach, California, and you can find everything you need to know, and also if you act quickly, get in on some great opportunities to get there at a much better rate if you go to the ceofactorretreat.com.
Cool. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. We'll be making some more videos in the future. Stay tuned. Thanks for being here, Melanie, and we'll see you real soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.